Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How is everybody doing today? I have an exciting guest today. You guys are going to love her. Hopefully, I'm excited to learn from her because she started some new things since I last talked to her. So I hope you guys are ready for a good show. Before we go any further, I'll introduce myself and then I'll introduce Sandra, and we will just go from there. And stay tuned because there's lots of exciting things coming up. So I am Lisa Balthaser. I'm a business growth expert, and I help entrepreneurs scale to six figures in 6 to 12 months by utilizing systems, processes, automation, AI, all the things. I help you put them together to make sense of them, to create an amazing business that you can love and you can actually remove yourself a little bit from, because I help you to implement some automation. Now, introduce Sandra Lee to you. You guys are in for a treat today. She is so exciting. I just love her. So let me ask you a question. Are you comfortable being seen and heard as yourself without hiding? I hope so. This impacts your business in every way. Sandra Lee is an intuitive sound and energy healer. She inspires women healers and coaches to understand their energetic purpose so that they can more effectively attract aligned clients. And that is a key, guys, aligned clients. She does a combination of human design, biofield tuning, and the make anything possible method. I'm excited to hear about that. So today you will learn more about Sandra and why she is so passionate about helping others to make anything possible. As a matter of fact, it is her mission. So let's dive right into it. Sandra, if I missed anything, please fill them in. If there's anything else they need to know about you. I can't hear you. Oh no. Oh no. We're having mic issues. I don't know why I can't hear you. Oh no. I am showing
Oh, now that should do it.
I can hear you. Yes.
Looks like I touched it. So
Okay. So yeah. So fill us in. Anything else everybody needs to know about you that I missed? I'm sure I missed it because there's quite a lot to know.
the most exciting thing that happened yesterday is my certification as a map practitioner was complete yesterday.
Oh, that's exciting. I knew you'd have a whole lot of new stuff. So
I've already been getting amazing results with clients
wow.
with maps. So we're going to talk about that a bunch today.
Okay. I'm excited to learn because since we've last talked, you've done so many things and you've added so many things to your toolbox. So I'm excited to hear about some of those today. But first, let's begin. What are some of the reasons that you're so passionate about helping people see that they can make anything possible? What drew you to that?
You know what it's like, Lisa, when you're meeting with somebody? Is there an echo?
I don't hear any.
Okay. You know what it's like when you're meeting with somebody and you feel like you're really connected with them? And it's like you're thinking their thoughts and they're thinking your thoughts, and you see each other, and it just feels like live in the moment. I love those moments. And when I am talking with people, even if it's just in a networking context, and I run their human design chart, or I tell them how I energetically see their purpose, it's like, whew, it's like I've seen them. It's like I
Wow.
really get them.
Yeah.
And in that moment, it is so real, so alive. One of the fundamental needs that people have is feeling like they're seen and heard.
Yes. So important.
And out there in the world, that doesn't happen very much. I feel like, the people out there, they don't see me, I don't exist for them, or I might be saying something and they don't get it. And so the experience of being disconnected is what most people have. And
Yeah.
so what I love about my work is in just a couple of moments, sometimes with somebody I don't really know, I can give them that experience of that feeling connected, feeling seen. And that is so like life changing. It's transformative.
It's powerful.
It is. And as business owners, how do we give people who see us that experience?
Mm.
Because that's what you teach about how to do lead magnets and marketing and all that stuff. You want to put something out
Hmm.
that has other people feel like, oh, Lisa sees me.
Hmm.
I want to work with Lisa.
And you're doing that on the human level. So I love that. That was a great analogy. I would have never thought of that. That was really wonderful. Now I know, how long have you been in business? Because I don't even know that I know that about
I've
you.
been a massage therapist for over 30 years.
Okay.
And then when the pandemic shutdown happened in 2020, is when I went from having most of my business be in person
Hmm.
to having it be online, which is what a lot of people did. Um, as a massage therapist forever, I had thought, yeah, I need to stop doing this someday, my hands and all that. But I would have just continued on the same track just because it was normal, convenient, familiar.
Right.
And the pandemic came along, and I, my ability to do biofield tuning as a practitioner was completed right then. And so I started doing human design and biofield tuning together in 2020 and having most of what I do now be online.
Wow, so you really transitioned. So my next question to you was what obstacles have you encountered along the way? Now, you just mentioned one that so many others can probably relate to, and that's taking it from in person to online. So many people had to do that. So with that and some of the other things, what obstacles did you come across, and how did you get past them?
Yes, those were barriers, but the biggest barrier was really in here.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
In here. And making those leaps has been a lot of what I've been doing, even in the past year, in the
Hmm.
past month, in the past weeks, is the limiting beliefs, the things that stop me.
Hmm.
And something I realized just like a couple of weeks ago is that when I started business, I didn't ever do business planning. I never did. I just, as a massage therapist, just kind of flew by the seat of my pants
Hmm.
and just
So
went
many
and
do.
did whatever it was that came up.
Yeah.
And I'm in this position now of, you know what? I really need to start planning. I need to structure. And I don't know how to do that. I want to quit. Ugh, get me out of here. And that's all limiting beliefs
Yeah, it is.
that I knew I had them before, but they've really been in my face
Hmm.
because when I was doing massage therapy and I had a good, Yellow Pages ad that just kind of brought people, I didn't really have to do any of that planning,
Hmm.
but now I really need to. And so being in this place of, I don't know how to do this is terrifying, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so true. I mean, I know I went through some of that myself. When I started, I had no idea how to have a business online. It's a totally different animal than having it in person. And the way that you get clients is you really have to put yourself out there, and sometimes that plays with our heads because we're not used to having to do that, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel, for most people, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel comfortable. And it kind of feels like you're like in people's faces all the time, and the reality is though that we're not, because the way the algorithms work, we really aren't that we just feel like it because we're in it all day. So wow, that's some exciting shifts that you did in your business. So how, like, with the transition that you made, like what are you finding? Are you finding that you are more in line with what you love to do now than before?
What I'm doing now is really completely changed.
Mhm.
I love now focusing on helping people identify their purpose and why they're here and energetically how they contribute.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
when I was doing hands-on body work, what I was feeling was, where the energy is blocked, where the energy is moving, how to take things from being blocked and helping them move. And I've transitioned that into working more on a whole picture level. So it's like when
Mhm.
I am living my purpose, I am in the flow and I am alignment.
Wow. So
And
that's a big transition.
yeah, and when I get confronted, confused, stuck, it's like my energy stops flowing. So everything I was doing when I was doing hands-on work, those skills all just kind of transitioned over, and I use them differently now. But
Mhm.
when people have shoulder tension, what is that coming from? It's coming from pressures, things I don't know how to do, stress, all of
Mhm.
that. And
Mhm.
so working with all those pieces together is, been part of actually the real gift of how it is that I'm working.
Wow, that's amazing. So you mentioned, that you were doing massage therapy before. So, your business has transitioned, but since you've been online, I know you've made a lot of changes in your business just since you've been online. So like just since I've known you, you've done a lot of things. So tell me a little how things have changed and what prompted some of those changes.
Everything's completely changed. I mean, and there's things from what I was doing before that I've pulled over. So
Mhm.
when I am working with someone on their business, for example, or on their relationship, um, blocks show up in the body.
Mhm.
And so the experience that I had working with the physical body, it crosses over. It's like how you do one thing is how you do everything. When my relationship is not working very well, my health isn't going to be good and my business isn't going to be great. You
So
can't
true.
you can't separate them out.
Mhm.
So, if I don't have enough food to eat, my relationship's not going to work, my business is going to work. So all of the pieces come in together, and people tend to try and segment them, separate them and see them as not related. And so helping people realize, oh, when you're feeling stressed about that, it's affecting the flow through your body, it's affecting the flow through your
Yes.
business, and helping those energy flows to become conscious and then choose to allow them to get unblocked.
Yes, I've so experienced that. And actually it's funny because I was one of those people that kind of separated them. Well, this part of my life isn't working and this part is like going okay. But here's the thing, all that energy that's in my head goes with me no matter where I'm going. So even if I was having relationship issues, it really does carry over into my business. And I think it is really important for people to understand that, because it's not so much what you're doing in your business that necessarily makes it work, but it's all that stuff that's really going on in your head that really affects it. And I always tell people, because you're doing more of the mind work and things like that, whereas I'm teaching people how to do things. And I went back for my coaching certification simply because what I was finding is that I could teach everybody how to do everything. They could be doing everything perfectly and it still wouldn't work because of all the stuff in their head. Yes, it's so critical. You've so got that right, and it does carry over a lot. So, what are some misconceptions that people have about you and how you help your clients, or people like that do what you do? Because I know when I met you, I didn't know really anything about what you do. You had to explain it to me.
I am doing energy work, and people tend to discount it. That, oh, that's not going to do anything. And the truth is, it can have a huge impact. And I have a testimonial that I wanted to read to you, if that would be
Okay.
okay, because
Yes, that's
it's a
fine.
perfect example of this. So she says, if you have the opportunity to work with Sandra and you're hesitant about what it could lead to or what it means, I encourage you to explore the possibilities and not talk yourself out of it.
Mm.
Or you say, I don't need it, or dismiss it as, since I don't understand it, how can it help me? Because a lot of what I do is like, you're not necessarily going to understand it. When I was introduced to her, I don't think anybody could have quantified all of the benefits. I would not have believed them if they told me. Your
Well,
life is going to exponentially increase, and your abundance and expansiveness and mindset. It's just more than you could ever fathom. If you're open to doing the work and meeting intentionally and being fully present, it really is transformational in every way.
wow, that's a really powerful testimonial. It sounds like it sounds like she was skeptical going into it, but the transition was huge for her and she realizes the benefits now. And it's what's funny is I was actually just talking to somebody else that does energy work yesterday, and she said something similar about how people don't really understand how powerful that it can be. And I think today, um, when a lot of people are really looking for more of a holistic approach to things, I think it can be a powerful thing to add to your toolbox, because nobody wants to spend time in doctor's offices, and this kind of work can actually keep you out of doctor's offices, which is totally amazing. So wow, that is
Let
so
me, I
cool.
have more.
Yeah,
So she came to me and she was overwhelmed and frantic 99% of the time.
oh gosh.
And because we worked with her human design chart and helped her understand how that was showing up in her life and in her family and her business,
Hmm.
she made adjustments. And she also started taking care of herself. So now she works 4-hour days, and
Mm.
she and her family take vacations, take holidays. She had been missing time with her kids, and her husband used to be complaining because she was on her phone. Now she turns the phone off, and they actually have quality time together.
Nice.
And so working with me helped her prioritize those things. And it also helped her work with the belief systems,
Hmm.
the things that were in her way. And I have to tell you, what I am doing now, the map, the Make Anything Possible,
Yeah.
is huge. This is, in my experience, the very most effective energy technique I have ever experienced.
Wow.
And it changes the memories. It diffuses the things that get in the way so that I am free to move forward doing what I want to do. And I've been stopping myself.
So I okay, so I don't really know anything about that, and I know that's pretty new for you. So can you explain to me a little like what that is? Like what kind of is that, like a specific technique?
It's an awareness technique, basically. So anything in your life is a result of your memories. What's going on with my body is coming from my memories, the experiences that I attract, the people that I know, the
Mhm.
relationships, everything in my business. You could say it's all created coming from my memories and what I do around my memories. Does that
Mhm.
make sense?
Yes.
So when I am feeling stuck, that's coming from my memories. It's coming from these limiting beliefs that are all based on stuff that happened a long time ago. And you might have heard me say that I have an inner 6-year-old that pulls the circuit breakers.
Oh gosh.
I want to do
Do
something,
something.
but it shuts me down. And
Yeah.
it's all here. If I don't acknowledge, you know what, I'm letting my 6-year-old, my inner 6-year-old, make the decisions. Do I want to do that when it comes to my relationship, my health, my business, right? Not really. And yet, I'm not the only one doing that.
Right. True.
So, what MAP does is it works with your super conscious mind, the part of you that knows everything. It knows what causes everything else. It knows what you need. And you just say super conscious, treat that. And it's amazing. It works.
Wow. So we're going to be seeing more of that from you in the future going forward. I'm excited. I'm excited because I like all the things that you do because they're fascinating to me. Because, like, if you read up on them, like, they work, but it's like for me, because like I consider like a lot of that stuff kind of woo, and I'm not that way. So it's not something that I would necessarily think of, but I've really enjoyed learning about some of it from you. And you do explain, like I remember when we were talking about the human design, like you explained that in a way that made total sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before I wasn't really understanding it. So I think that's pretty cool. Um, so what are some of the common reasons like people would need you?
A really common reason why people seek human design readings is they want to make a change in their work. They want to leave a job and start a business, or they want to change something about their career. They want to make some change
Mhm.
and they're not sure what, or they feel stuck about moving forward. And human design just helps you understand your blueprint. It helps you understand your purpose, what you're doing, why, all of that. It helps you understand the motivations. And it's like human design just helps you. It's like whoosh, shine a light on all those things and become more clear. And if somebody is stuck, they aren't sure about how to move forward, or they know what to do, but they're not doing it, that's a perfect time for the combination of all three of these things: the map that helps you, like, be realizing, oh, this is my inner 6-year-old making that decision. Do I want to continue doing that and release what's stuck about it and move forward? Um, Biofield tuning to help get the energy moving, understand where you're going with the human design. And so just kind of merging all of these together.
Cool.
Sometimes people have physical body things that are going on that can also be affecting it. So if, you know, my foot is bothering me and it's hard to walk, then it's going to affect my ability to, again, be in my relationships, be in my life, and be in my business.
Mhm.
So whatever it is that's going on, we can help people with that. When I'm working with physical body issues, I really like doing biofield tuning, using the tuning fork and the hockey puck to make sound and work with that energy flow through the body and visualization. Um, so I work with all those different kinds of things. Another thing that I find really changes when I'm doing MAP is people become more clear about who they are and what they want.
Mm, that's a
And
good
they
thing.
speak their mind. One of my clients didn't she wasn't clear that this was a problem when we started, but it came out that her relationship with her husband was strained. They weren't talking. And her relationship with her boss was strained. She wasn't talking with her boss. And part of it was she didn't even know who she was and what she wanted. Helped her become more clear about that. And she started talking with her husband. Relationship dramatically improved. She started talking to her boss. Her boss gave her more time off, gave her a bonus, and she didn't even have to ask for it
Wow.
because she opened up the communication and the relationship improved.
That's really fascinating. Like you, like I know a lot of employees would be thinking, huh, I'm afraid to voice my opinion because they're my boss. And so she was just bringing concerns up, and then she ended up getting more of what she wanted. So that's interesting.
Communication makes so much difference
Mm-hmm.
in everything, really. It's like
Mm-hmm.
before coming on to talk with you, Lisa, I had a client appointment. And what came up was unfinished communication. We were doing MAP, unfinished communication and conflict,
Mm-hmm.
and helped her diffuse all of that stuff that was in her way and has been her whole life,
Right.
really,
Mm-hmm.
and gave her more freedom to move forward and communicate with these multiple people in her life where all these things had come up. And so it just makes it easier for this client, for example, to build her business because she can
Yes.
communicate with the people where these issues are coming up.
Yeah. Wow. So now you mentioned a lot of different types of things that you've helped people with. What are some things that people think they don't need you, but you could actually do wonders in their life if they realized that and came to you? Like, what are things that people maybe think that you can't help them with, but you can, and why they should reconsider coming to you?
Just the example I just gave, right? This person is working on branding a new business and how does she talk about herself? She wasn't thinking about all these little conflicts, all of these little glitchy things with this person online and with this person and with really, she wasn't thinking about those things. She would
Hmm.
not have asked for help with it. But when we were doing MAP, I muscle tested and said, oh, this is what's coming up. And it wound up like it was the center of everything, unfinished communication. So it's like
Wow.
she would not have said, this is what's in my way. This is one of the great things that's about MAP is using muscle testing to ask super conscious. You know everything that this person needs. What is it that's in the way? This, basically you can think of it as being your higher self, right?
Mhm.
Your higher self knows things about you and what you need that you might not be conscious of.
Right.
And
For
so
sure.
using the muscle testing to ask superconscious what is needed here helps you go into that piece and it's like and open it up.
Wow. It sounds like you really get a lot of transition when you're working with people. So that's really cool. I love that. So what tips do you have for like the average person on the street, like with the knowledge that you have, like you have such a vast knowledge of the things that you do. So what are some tips for the average person to like actually make their lives just work a little bit better?
One of the things that I pretty much always say when asked these questions is that you make a difference. You are living your purpose and making your contribution 24/7.
Mm,
You know, a lot of people don't feel like they really make a difference or they don't know how they make a difference. And from a human design perspective, you are giving your purpose 24/7. Even when you're doing the laundry or taking out the garbage, you are contributing your unique and special purpose. And it enables people to recognize, oh, that I do all of the time is my special contribution. And it enables you to be more conscious about it. Here's an example. This was somebody who I was just meeting in a networking meeting, a one-on-one networking meeting, and I ran her human design chart. And I said, for you, everything is about love. You want everyone to experience love, and you are always giving and receiving love. You are noticing when love is missing, all that. And she said, well, yeah, like, isn't that obvious? I was like, you don't understand. This is what's unique and special about you. Only you can contribute to people's experience of love in the way that you do. And it enabled her to, as she goes about her life with her children, with her husband, with her clients, to be conscious of, oh, this thing I would have done anyway, I am giving that person love and helping them experience love. And it enabled her to be conscious of, intentional about, I am making a contribution here. This is special. This is important. So when you understand your purpose on that foundational level that's underneath everything you do, it changes things.
Yeah, I could see that. When you were explaining that, I could definitely see that, because I know one of the things that a lot of people do struggle with is their purpose. And, that's kind of that underlying thing that propels us forward in every aspect of our lives. So I could definitely see how that could be useful. Wow, that's pretty cool. So let's see. So you have some resources for people. Tell me a little about those. I know I have those over here. I'm going to put them in the chat.
If people are stressed out, like, do you hold your breath? That's stress. I mean, it's obvious that you're stressed when you're racing around frantic. You're, trying to get out the door because you're going to be late or whatever. You're under pressure to get things done. One sign you can pay attention to is, am I holding my breath? And so a gift is the power pause. Breathe your way to inner peace.
Yeah.
To help people be more conscious about breathing.
So that has everything to do with breathing. For some reason, it won't let me put it in here. So I'm just going to put a banner in it won't let me comment. So I'm going to create a banner for them, and it's going to come up on the screen. So just go ahead. I'm sorry.
So that's a gift that people can, get anytime. And then if somebody wants to talk with me and explore what's possible for them, then I'm happy to chat with them.
Yeah. I think you are amazing to talk to. I know we've had some discussions in the past, and you did my human design chart, and I was like, oh, well, now. So this is the
I'll go ahead and keep talking.
There it goes. That is the breathing. That
the
link.
Power pause.
Can you see the link? Can you see the link?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that is one of your links, and that is for the first thing that you were talking about.
Yes. Now, I just found out today, my website person put the new website live, and she didn't move the documents over.
Oh no.
So if they go to that now, they'll get the email, but they won't actually get the power pause yet until that's fixed.
Okay. And then you have, let me put your call up here, because I would encourage people to connect with you, because I know when we connected and you pulled my human design chart, I just found that super fascinating. And That was really interesting. This is Sandra's link to book a call. So her website is miracleinspirations.com, and it's book a call with hyphens in it. So it is on the screen right now, but I will also put the links below the videos when we get off. I know if you have not ever explored your human design chart, you definitely want to jump in and jump on a call with her, because she's amazing in helping people with that for sure. So explain, like if they book a call with you, what can they expect?
The form that goes along with the book a call will
Hmm.
have them put their information for their birth chart in there. And that's the information about birth date, birth time, and where you were born, so that I can run the chart. And then when we have our call, we will actually talk about that a little bit. And we will also talk about what you want.
Yeah,
what is it you want to do?
yeah, it's powerful. It's powerful. So I encourage you guys to book a call with her, because I know when I did, I was fascinated because I had never explored this before. So it was really super fascinating to me. You have one other thing that you had in here.
If people know they want to try this map stuff, the make anything possible that I've been talking about,
Yes.
there is a, like crazy deal of $47 to do a session to try
Okay.
it out.
Yes, and let me get that link. It just opened the link and I didn't want it to. So
If you have things you want to create, things you want to have happen in your world, in your business, in your life, then this can help you, take those limiting beliefs, those stuff from the past that's holding you back, and clear it out of the way. Find some freedom.
yes, I would encourage you guys to do that. Let me just put that link in here for you. Because that sounds really fascinating. And I know that's something new that I haven't heard before. Um, is it? No, that's not the right one. That's the right one. Right. Yes. No, it was the course, right? The course.
I'm not sure which one is which.
Let me go back and look. When I copied it, it opened the link the first time. So, oh no, this one is the second one. Okay. My
That one's
apologies.
the
Yeah, that's the
$47
first
session.
one. Yeah, that's the first one. This is the one for the map session. So if you guys want to book a map session, which to me sounds super fascinating, you said that's just $47, which
That's an intro price. Yeah.
yeah.
And
So
then if they like that, then
mhm.
they can apply that to this group of sessions that I offer.
Okay. Yeah, those sound amazing, because that's working with the subconscious, you said, correct?
Super
The
conscious.
super conscious. So that's really digging deep into some things that can really make some moves in your life. So I think that one sounds really fascinating. That's new, and I'm excited to learn more about that myself, and I really enjoyed learning about it today. So is there somewhere, like, if they want to reach out to you, the best
Miracleinspirations.com will get them.
miracleinspirations.com. Let me just put the book a call session up, because if you book a call, it's on her website. So miracleinspirations.com. And if you want to book a call, it's just /book a call, and you can book a call with her. I know she does some amazing things. She's done some amazing things when we've had calls together. So I encourage you to actually book a call. Is there anything else that you want to say, or that you want people to know about you?
If you are not doing what you want to be doing, there's this tendency to think, oh, this is just the way it is. And there's nothing I can do about it. And I want to give up or feel badly about yourself. And I want you to know you can actually really change those things. Yeah, I have been in that place myself. I want to quit. I don't want to do this. Get me out of here. And the memories that are holding that in place actually really can change. It's possible to have the future that you've wanted and not allowed yourself to have.
I think you've applied this to yourself, a lot of the things.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know, like, we've known each other for what, like maybe 2 years now, something
Yeah.
like that. And I've seen a lot of growth in you and your business in just that short amount of time. And even like the confidence level, because when I first met you, it wasn't, it wasn't long after you took things online, and that was all new. And but now you have so much confidence online. And by the way, if y'all don't follow Sandra Lee, you got to follow her and watch her videos. Sandra, your videos crack me up because you like what you were just saying. Your expression when you talk about things is so spot on, and it just always makes me laugh. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, I can so relate. But it's the way you do it. It's not a boring video. It's not a boring video. So I always enjoy your videos. So I encourage people to follow you, watch your videos. They're not long videos, but they're powerful. Yeah. So anything else?
Thank you, Lisa. And I always encourage people, turn up the flame feeding your magic
Yes.
and breathe. I'm always reminding people to breathe.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's a good thing. I know you remind me every time we talk, which is a good thing because because I'm usually on the stress train, and you're like, oh, breathe, and I'm like, oh yeah, that.
Get the power pause. Get the
Yeah.
power pause guide. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's so perfect. Okay, so we're going to end it there. Sandra Lee, reach out to her. I encourage you guys. She's amazing. You will not be sorry you reached out to her. And if you missed any of the links, I will be putting them below the videos once I get off of here, because for some reason, StreamYard will not let me put them in there now. So that is all we have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this business spotlight with Sandra Lee. Reach out to her. I encourage you to do so. You guys have a great day.
Thank you, everybody.